Be working on the bottom part of the doll, okay? So as you already know, the bottom part, when we raise this part up, so we're going to lift up the first layer of the skirt. So when we redo that, it's supposed to turn into a bouquet of flowers, right? So I want you to, after lifting the first layer of the skirt, okay, I want you to have the doll facing down, okay? And this second layer inside, I want you to spread it out like that, okay? You see how this here is one of the parts where we connected or switched to different colors. Make sure that it's hidden inside this part of the tube that we're making, okay? So what we're gonna do here with your burgundy yarn that we kept on. So I made this burgundy to create the effect of her wearing like ballet slippers or shoes, okay? So from this end, I want you to join and fold this in half and join them together, okay? So starting with the burgundy area, just sew through the edges together. I'm going to switch to the white yarn when I get to the white part, okay? Oops. And then I'm going to lock this. And then I'm still going to keep this yarn tail on. And then with my white yarn, I'm going to continue closing this. Okay, maybe up to the center. And then after completely closing this, it's like it would look like the stem of the flower bouquet. But before closing that, I'm going to put some stuffing in here just to give it a little bulk. So here's our white yarn. You know what? I'm just going to tie a knot here, a couple of knots. Make sure this is safe. All right, I'm just going to hide this inside this other yarn string as I close or sew the edges together. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but the wind is just blowing outside and it's making like whistling sound. It's scary. All right, but we're safe. We're safe. All right, so just continue doing this until you get halfway through this part of the tube, and then I'm gonna get some stuffing in there. Stuff it with some polyfiber. Okay. Oopsie. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So just regular hemming stitch, nothing special. So this is the back. Okay, this is the back of the doll. So even if your sewing is not perfect or it's not you're not happy with it, it's okay because it would be in the back of the doll. Okay, so let's stuff this with some stuffing or fibers, polyfibers. So when you stuff it, we just want to make it a little bit firm so that when we're holding it as a bouquet of flower, then it won't be floppy. You know. Okay, I think that should be enough. Let me see the foot here. Okay, good. Make sure that the stuffing goes all the way to the bottom burgundy part, okay? To make it look like she's wearing shoes. A little bit more. We're gonna make this a little bit narrower too to make it more firmer. And I'll show you later how to do that. Okay, so when you're contented with the amount of stuffing that you have there, we can continue closing the edges together. Done with this part. Okay. And after locking your stitches, just hide your yarn, your remaining yarn. All right, done with that part. So this part is done. This is the back part. When you turn it over, this is how it would look like. Okay, so now we're done closing this part of the tube. This is the back side of it. I'm going to turn over the doll to show you the front. Okay, so remember I told you I want to make this part looking like it's her shoes. So remember how we left this yarn tail in the back, or even if you didn't, I want you to get your burgundy yarn, insert it through a needle, and I want you to make, you know how we made the flowers? From the back of this, I want you to insert your needle through the center of the front. I think that's the center. Pull it through, okay? And just, hang on, let me make sure I don't take that part with me. Okay, we're just gonna make like some sort of indentation, like we did with the flowers, just to kind of separate the two shoes or ballerina slippers together or away from each other. So just from the bottom, move your yarn over and insert it from top to bottom. Go back to where you started and cinch. Okay, so that would be your 2 feet. There you go. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a division there, an indentation. Okay, and then if you're satisfied with that, lock it in place. Hide your locks or your stitches in the back, and then hide your yarn if you're done with it. Okay, you can see the division there already. Let me remove this now. Okay, now with your this part, I also want to show like a bit of her like maybe showing her legs. So again, with your white yarn, I'm not sure if this is long enough, so let me replace it. Double your white yarn that you will be inserting through your needle, because this is pretty thick. If you want to make an indentation, you want to make sure that your yarn strings are strong enough, and by doubling it you can achieve that. Am I the only one who makes a mess in their room when making these projects? My husband's starting to get tired of it. All right, so now I want to create the effect of having the legs and the hips, okay? And the way I'm gonna do that is from the back. I'm gonna insert my needle again. Okay. using the white yarn this time, double strings. Okay, leave a little tail back there. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is to insert. So we're gonna try to make a straight line of indentation here through the center. So what I'm trying to do here is insert my needle back towards the bottom or the back of the doll. Okay, and just pull. Okay, and just to make sure this is secure, I am going to tie this too that I left here so you won't get pulled. All right, just the back part, right? So now reinsert your needle where you started. Go back up. Okay, pull your yarn through. And this time you're gonna go a little bit higher. Okay, so this, I think we took 3 rows going up. So maybe we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows this time. Okay, but I want you to go straight up and make sure it's also going straight up from behind. Okay, and again pull. Yes. All right, so now we have a little division there. So this time, instead of going back to where you started, I want you to insert your needle from the bottom a little bit higher to where you want your next line of stitch to go. So you want to go straight this way, right? So you want to get a little higher. So for every maybe, oh, where'd that come from? 5 rows up, you can do that. You can make a stitch, a big back stitch. I think that's what they call it. Or running stitches if you want to make it easier. I just think that the back stitch would be there you go. Back stitch would be a lot firmly placed. Yeah, so we're doing back stitches until we get to maybe, so 1/2, maybe 1/4 of the bottom part of the tube. Okay, we're getting there. And again, to be honest with you, this part is not really going to show much when the doll is out, because it's going to be covered by the skirt, but I just want to make that effect. If you don't want to do this, you feel like it's too much work for you, that's fine. Again, your choice. But we're almost there. I just really want it to look like a doll when it's turned into a doll, as compared to the flower. Okay, so I guess this I'm gonna make this my last back stitch for the legs. There. So now we have a division of the legs. Okay, and then just to give it a little bit of a hip, what I plan to do is just continue. If you have enough length of your needle, then you can continue, but since I have a short one already, but what I'm going to replace it with another set of yarn. But what you can do is continue making back stitches going this way and this way. Oh, there goes my needle. Okay, let me grab another set of yarn here. Again, double. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do from the back, I'm just gonna leave that there and tie it up later. So start from where you stop and insert your needle going. You know what? I'm gonna do one more going up and then I'd go sideways, okay? We don't want her to have a very long, very long crotch for teddy bear. Hey, stop doing that. Okay, so one more, and then we'll do the hip or the groin area. The bear with the groin. Oh no. How did we do this? Because I made a mistake there. Oh man. Haha. Oops. Okay. So now we're going to do the groin part. So we're going to go sideways this time. We're going to give her a little hip. Just embroider a V, but we're going to make it tight. Give her a little curvature. All right, almost there. These are just extra details that I'm creating. Again, if you prefer not to do this, that's completely fine. I'm sure whoever you're giving this to won't even notice the details unless they create things like we do. All right, that's the hip. And then we go back to the center of the crotch and do another slanted line towards your right. The doll's right, I guess. Wait, I'm working from the front, right? Yes, I'm working from the front. So the bear's right, my left. Oh, she's more curvaceous than me. There you go. Close this now. Alrighty. Okay. So the back would look like this. Still, you can't see much of what we've done. I mean, the stitches, because they're all white. So just close your stitches and hide all your remaining yarn. And there's just one more detail I want to do for the legs. And I'll show you that next. Okay, so remember how I said I'm going to make one last detail for the legs. So what I did was I used the burgundy yarn just to make a few crisscross shoe straps there, just to really show that she's wearing strap sandals or ballet shoes or whatever you call it. So the way that I did that, I just inserted a yarn from the bottom and insert it through, wrap it around like this, slanted, and insert it through the center, just like this, from the bottom. Okay, and then you're gonna do another slanted one. Okay, so wrap the yarn around the leg, slanted, and reinsert it through the center from the bottom. Okay, and you're just gonna do the opposite You're just going to crisscross this time, going down against with the slanted line or yarn through the center from the back, and then one last slanted line from the center to the side by inserting your needle from the back of the legs center. It's pretty much just wrapping the yarn around, but since we want to keep it on without falling off, I had to sew it around it. Okay, so there. And then we're just gonna lock our stitches from the back. Okay, after this we're gonna move on to attaching the flowers on the head. Oh no, wait, I forgot about the snout. We do the snout. All right, I'll be back. Onto the snout. Okay, so we have the tube that we created for the snout, and what you want to do to get it ready is cinch the ends by pulling your yarn tails, and then we're going to close each end by sewing them. Make sure each end is closed well. Oops. Okay. Let's do the same with the other end. And then for the nose, I'm gonna use one of those plastic animal nose with safety washers. For that, it's not too late to use because we can attach it to the snout. Okay, so we continue to close this. And once that's done, we keep our yarn tails on. And then this is the plastic doll nose that I'll be using. It's a 20 centimeter one, I believe. Okay, got it from Hobby Lobby. And this is the washer. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half crosswise. Okay. So find the center top. Okay. So this will be the center top. So if I unfold it, it would be this part right here. So that's where I want to insert my bear nose. Okay. Right there. Oh. Yep. Okay. And then attach the washer properly. You heard those clicks? Yep, that just means they are secured well. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna get our doll here. See if I could, there you go. And just position the snout onto the lower, I would say lower half of the face. Just like that. Lower half, but center of the face. Okay. What I would do is saw the bottom and the sides to the head first. And keep the, actually, I will do the sides and the top first. And leave the bottom open. Leave this bottom open. Because that's where we will be putting our stuffing. So let's just attach it around first. Sides and top. Let me see here if it's even. Yep. So far it is evenly attached. Continue to sew it all the way around except for the top part, or I should say lower part. Why do I keep repeating myself? Okay. Okay, let's stop right here for now. Since we left this bottom part open, we're gonna put some polyfiber fill just to give that bulge on the snout. Let's see how big that would look. Okay, that should be enough. You don't want a lot of it, but you want to make sure there's a little bulge there, okay? Did I do the nose right? Yeah. Thought it was upside down. Okay, so we're going to continue attaching the snout. Close the bottom part this time now that we have the stuffings in. Let's see. Oh my goodness, she's so cute. I wish I have enough time to make the male version of this one too. But at least you have an idea on how to make the actual bear and the bouquet of flowers. Okay. Right. I want to make sure that it's firmly in place, stable. And then we're going to lock the stitches. And hide remaining yarns. Don't get tired of that instruction. Because you're going to hear a lot of it from me. Okie dokes. So I still have a little bit of yarn tail here. So I'm going to continue attaching, you know, just reinforcing it. Make sure none of the stuffing comes out of the snout. I wish people watching this videos, not just mine, but everyone who creates handmade crafts or dolls, would understand why we charge more when we're selling them. Because, you know, you really take time in creating them. Okay, we have the nose and the snout. Let me pause this so I could get the eyes ready, okay? Okay, you guys, so I'm in the process now of attaching the eyes. Like I said, I'm going to be using button eyes. So I'm currently sewing it with a black yarn. So this is the edge of the snout. You just want to position your eyes on top of the edge of the snout in about 1/2 inch away from the nose, okay? All right, we're almost done, I think. All right. So it's very important that you attach the eyes or whatever material you're using for the eyes firmly onto the head. Okay. Again, for safety reasons and to make sure we don't scare any child. All right, I think that's centered. Oh, sorry, Teddy. I'm poking you with my needle. I normally use white yarn for the eyes so that it had the effect of having like a what do you call it, a pupil. But for this particular bear, I find it much nicer to just use black yarn. So I'm just making sure that this is attached well. And then we will be moving on to her floral crown. I think that will be the last part that needs to be attached. And now that I'm looking at the head, the size of the head, there's a possibility that we're not going to be using all 5 flowers. Most probably just 4, but we'll see. All right, so I'm just hiding my stitches now. Going back to where I started here, hiding my yarn tail. Cute snout. Hope it doesn't show. There. Okay, then one more to hide. See here. Oh, okay. Cute so far. Just gonna hide my yarn under the snout. There. Okie dokie. There. I think we got one cutie patootie teddy. All right. Your choice if you want to put like maybe embroider a little smiley mouth here. For now, I'm going to leave it like this, okay? All right. Let me pause this and get the flowers ready. Okay, guys. So I attached the flowers on the head temporarily with pins and needles. So the way I did it, let me set her up here. I had 3 in front with the center one actually attached like to the top of the center, top center of the head. And then if I turn her over, there's going to be 2 in the back. Ooh. So this one's coming off because I haven't attached it yet, okay? The main thing is, let me put this on my phone holder here. The important part is, look how cute she is. I know they look a little big, but the thing is, when you, and also later, I'm going to have to just put these arms together so that when they raise the skirt up, it won't be in the way, all right? So the main thing you have to consider when positioning the flowers over the head is, oh my goodness, look at this, to make sure that even after raising the skirt over the head and the body, you're still able to see the bouquet, okay, the flower. All right, and I will take many pictures of them so you could see better. It's hard with my camera here, just limited to a certain angle. But yeah, I'll take a lot of pictures so you could see it better, okay? But so far, what I'm going to do now is permanently sew these flowers on her head. You can lower them down a little bit if you want. But so far, this is what's going to work for my teddy bear. Okie dokie. All right, so I'm going to be using double yarn strings, using my green yarn to attach the flowers to the head. I still have the temporary needles and pins on just to make sure that all of them stays in place while I'm doing this. So make sure that you attach, or you have your needle go through both layers of the head. That way they will attach firmly and not be dangling over the head. Alright guys, flowers are now attached permanently onto the head. I decided to put a little bit of embroidery for the snout just to make it look like it's smiling. Of course, it's your choice if you want to do that. And then, just so the arms don't get out of the way, just so they're not in the way when we're covering the body with the skirt, I decided to just attach them together. I got this felt flower from the dollar store. You can find them in any craft store. I just sewed it onto the hands. To turn it into, from a doll, you can turn it into a flower bouquet by just raising the skirt up. Okay. And just cover the teddy bear face and body and just expose the flowers. Ears are showing a little bit, so if you want to make it longer, you can do that. I'm still having a hard time with keeping the ends of this not curling up. But that's just how it is. I'm sure it's not gonna show that much anymore. Okay, there. We have our floral bouquet. Hang on, let me show it to you this way. Just excuse the mess in the background. Oh, so you can hand it to whoever you want to give it to this way, or you can do the teddy bear first. It's up to you. But one thing I want to add onto this is maybe like a bow around here. You can either use red or gold, whatever you think is much nicer for you. Gold is nice too, but I'm just gonna use a red ribbon. These are just optional things to do. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but you know, this is just me. I just like how this looks. Oh, sorry, I should have made that longer. Yeah, I could have made it longer. That's bad. All right. Or if you have maybe a 2-inch ribbon, that would be nice too. And your colors, if you don't like red, you can use pink, yellow. There's so many other options. There. I'm thinking of creating one for Easter. Instead of a bear, I'm going to make it into a bunny. And then instead of roses, I'm going to make them into tulips, which I think are cute too. But for now, this is what we've done. I hope you like it. Share it to your friends who are interested in making one. Oops. Don't forget to hit or click the like button. I'm going to say my spiel. There's our bouquet. Kitty, kitty. Again, I'm going to take pictures later, okay? Thanks again for watching. Watch out for my other upcoming videos. I hope you're happy with my videos. And I'll see you again soon.